Inawit ni Carol kanina, panaginip lang, tagal niyang pinag-pray daw ito. And she expressed what was in her heart through that song. And since yesterday, all of us have been praying na hindi uulan ngayon. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Kahit sinabi ng forecast na may thunderstorm o ano, but wala. Dito sa weddings, we sometimes forget that we are entering into a contract. We are entering into a covenant. Now, a contract, the both parties agree with some terms. At kung hindi na natupad yung terms na yun, that's when problems come. We call that the breach of contract. Okay? In biblical times, actually, they took this very seriously. We read examples in the Bible na in biblical times, what they would do when people will enter into a contract, they will get a cow and split the cow or the heifer in two. And they put one part in the left and one part on the right. And they will read the terms of their contract. Tapos maglalakad sila in between the carcass. At sasabihin nila, mangyari sa atin yung ginawa natin sa kanila kung hindi natin tutuparin yung terms and agreement. Matindi, kaya nga madugo. And as long as one of the parties is alive, the contract is valid. Kaya napakaganda yung ginawa ng ating Panginoon when He made a contract with Abraham. He made Abraham sleep. At siya lang ang dumaan sa gitna. Okay? Because God knew that Abraham is going to fail. So pinatulog niya si Abraham, and it was only God who passed through. And we know that God never fails. He is faithful. Yes. And He lives forever. Lahat ng prinamis niya, gagawin niya. And Jesus offers that contract, that covenant. He wants to make a covenant with us. He wants to make a contract with us. Kaya inoffer niya, whosoever believes, whosoever will accept this, whosoever will come into covenant with Him, He will honor it. And the benefits are out of this world. Carol and JR, later you will be sharing your vows. You will make a contract with each other. It will be difficult and challenging. Marriage is difficult and very challenging. There will be hard times. There will be times that you will fall short. You will promise today for better or for worse. You'll promise today in sickness and in health, But there will be times you'll fall short, maybe in providing the needs of your family. O kaya pagkukulang sa pagmamahal. O kaya, you will fall short in providing for your future children. And that is when you can remember this day that you're also making a contract with God. Now you can say, Lord, hindi ko to kaya. Kailangan ko ikaw. I need you in our marriage. I need you in our relationship. For those who are married here, I hope that you will also remember the vows that you have said to your wives. You made a contract with God, and you are going to make a contract with God. And that is why marriage is very sacred in the eyes of God. I charge you both, as you stand in God's presence, to remember that love and loyalty alone will avail as the foundation of a happy home. If the solemn vows which you are about to make are kept faithfully, and if you steadfastly seek to do the will of your Heavenly Father, your life will be full of joy, and the home which you are establishing will abide in place. I entreat you both to seek the help of God this sacred moment as you look to Him steadfastly for His love and grace which you make your marriage rich in comfort and fruitful in service. They have written out their vows, so we'll ask JR first share this. Mag-eye to eye naman.
Stretch muna ako kasi. Nagsulat ako kasi baka magblanko ako. Ako ba sisimulan? Alam mo naman siguro, bago kita nakilala, talagang, paano ba, namuhay talaga ako sa kasalanan. Alam mo yung parang kang isang buwan na dumating habang ako'y nasa pinaka madilim ko na stage ng buhay ko. Akala ko dati is ikaw yung liwanag. Kaya niligawan kita.
Dalawin mo daw para marinig lahat.
Ulitin ko na lang, ulitin ko.
Yeah.
Kasi nung dumating ka talagang masasabi ko nasa madilim ako na part ng buhay ko. Nakita ko ang light mo, kaya siyempre gusto kong makawala sa kadiliman. Niligawan kita. Sabi ko, bakit hindi? Maganda ka naman. Matalino. May braces pa. Ito na siguro yung chance ko, sabi ko. Pero as I know you, as nililigawan kita, nalaman ko na hindi pala ikaw yung light. Hindi ikaw yung light na nakikita ko. Siguro ikaw yung, kaya nasabi kong moon, parang kang buwan na nagre-reflect ng light ni Jesus. Ikaw yung nagpakita sa akin. Kaya Carol, Elizabeth, Bayasen, Santiago, Kebs, in the presence of all the important people in our life and in the presence of God, I vow to be the husband you always prayed for, to serve and provide you with all your needs, to give you all my best, to protect you from all harm, to always be there for you in richer and in poorer, in sickness and in health. I vow to raise our future children exactly how your father, Pastor Roland, raised you. Leading the family to the Lord, keeping our faith strong amidst all the distraction of this world. Not losing sight of what is the most important thing to keep no matter what happens. That is to put God above all things we do and have a personal and intimate relationship with Him. I vow to love you as Christ loved the church, respect and treat you as myself, as we are no longer two flesh but one. For we are joined together by God, therefore nothing can separate us. I vow to grow together into the likeness of Christ, to live how Christ lived, and to be the light and salt of the earth, just how you are to me. In the name of God, I pledge this vow to you.
Ang tanging request ko lang kay Lord natin is yun nga yung isang partner sa buhay na sana bigyan niya ako ng katulad ni Papa. Masaya na ako doon, basta yung lalaking kaya ni Papa, yun nga nangyari. Na maalala ko dati, nung sinabi ko kay Papa na may boyfriend ako, hindi ko maintindihan yung reaction niya. Confused, medyo pigil na galit, worried kasi syempre first boyfriend. Ang dami-dami niyang tanong pero isa lang yung nasagot ko. Yun ay nung tinanong niya kung ano ang nakita ko sa'yo. bakit ikaw? At isa lang sinabi ko, Dad, nakikita ko po kayo sa kanya. Well, it's true. Your similarity with my dad is really evident. Well, doon pa lang answered prayer ako. Lalo na nung nakakilala ka kay Lord. Mas lalo na yun kasi yun na lang ang kulang nung una tayong nagkita. Yung pag-ibig ni Papa kay Lord. At nung naging ganun ka na rin, at mas lalo kang nag-seek kay Lord, I cannot forget the late night talks we had about how incredible God's love is. And that made me fall in love with you more and more. Minsan, ikaw nagsisilbing reminder sa akin na, uy, napapariwara ka na. And I thank you for that. But for the past few weeks, we have experienced a kind of relationship wherein God is not the priority. We chose to be independent in our own lives rather than making Him lead our way. And the result of it was the worst. Ang hirap. Yun palang dahilan kung bakit ang daming heartaches, broken marriages, failed relationship, and separation sa panahon ngayon. Dahil walang perfecto. We fail at walang perfect na relationship. Hindi tayo nabubuhay sa fantasy world or sa fairy tales na okay lang lahat. Relationships in this world are toxic. Tataasan ng pride, parehas na laging tama, magulo at masakit. Pero all things work together for good. Buti na lang at inalaw ni Lord na ma-experience natin yun before tayo ikasal. Kasi doon ko na-realize na talagang mag-fail ang isang marriage kapag wala si Lord. And that we need to get closer to God in order for us to be closer together. Kasi doon natin maiintindihan ang ibig sabihin ng unconditional love. That we would able to see the bigger picture behind all our differences, failures and imperfections. Having an attitude like Christ in reacting to pain and circumstances. I learned that love is not based on purely emotions at kilig-kilig lang. It is a decision to accept each other's weakness, regardless of anything, and be willing to improve ourselves, even if it demands pain. And for that to be possible, we should be intentional in putting Christ at the center of our marriage. Because nothing is successful unless God is in it. So now, at this altar, I vow to submit to God that I may able to submit to you wholeheartedly. I vow to honor God that I may honor and respect you with all of my heart. I vow to love God that I may able to love you endlessly with no conditions. I vow to treat you as the head of our household and never usurp that authority. Inisipin ko na talagang underclass ako. You will be the one who will lead our family to be Christ-like. I vow to forever be by your side, together serving the Lord until our last breath. I now voluntarily surrender myself to you as your wife. I love you.
Tinataas po namin sa iyo. Kaya si Carol, alam namin na ikaw ang hagdan ng lahat. Kaya sa iyo lang kami maasa na yung buhay na ilang sa pag-ariyan mo sila individually and as husband. Bless them and Father, and ask them. Bless them. In the name of the Father and the Son.
your wife and shout to the world how much you love her, sir. I love my wife.